Welcome to the Society Pod, a podcast for entrepreneurs, marketers, and leaders. Here's your host, Jessica Yarmy.
Hey there, I'm Jessica, and welcome to the Society Pod. If you don't know me, I am a lifelong marketer who spent the first 20 years of her career promoting and protecting amazing global brands like Gold's Gym and Club Pilates. And in the past 5 years, I've pivoted more into an entrepreneurial pursuit of building my own brands like Kickhouse and Flex Society and building a marketing ecosystem to promote my own brands. If you do know me, you know this podcast has been a long time in coming. I've been talking about this for a while, and this first episode is long overdue, really for 3 reasons. First of all, I am a huge podcast listener and consumer myself. I listen to Gary Vee almost daily, Tim Ferriss, Ed Milet, and a number of others, and it really is my source for ongoing learning. All of my ongoing learning and consumption comes from amazing podcasts. And I just pull so much inspiration and learning from the podcast kind of platform. Secondarily, I am in a mode of building something bigger than myself and giving back what I've learned along the way. I know that I don't know everything right now, and I know I have so much more to learn, but I also know I've learned a lot so far. And so instead of waiting until I have it all figured out to share, I really just want to share along the way and share the learnings as I learn them, because I think it just hits different when it's coming from someone who's in the weeds, coming from somebody who's in the work, in the mud, and executing on a daily basis. It's just a different perspective. And thirdly, I am just passionate about my own learning and growth. And starting this podcast is definitely going to push me outside of my comfort zone and help me learn and grow from a speaking perspective, a production perspective, a prioritization and juggling perspective with all of the other things that I have going on. But that is really where the magic is every day getting better, challenging yourself to do things that are uncomfortable, and getting better every day. The growth happens at the edges. So I envision this podcast really to come to life in 2 different formats. The first format will be me connecting with the amazingly talented and gifted people that are in my own network and really uncovering some of their learnings that they've worked through along the way, things that are hot on their mind, and things that they've experienced in their own career journeys. And the second format, I'm envisioning more of like an Ask Me Anything kind of format. I'm going to call it Q&A Day, where people can comment in questions or even ask to be on the pod, and I'll do my best to help them navigate whatever's on their mind. I'm really passionate about helping people whenever they do reach out for a quick conversation. And I used to stack these conversations on Fridays on my calendar. And it got to a point where it's fast conversations, 15 minutes, and I have to move on to the next thing. But so now we're going to record them. Those kind of conversations, they're going to go on the pod. So the themes will range from entrepreneurship to marketing to personal development to leadership, and of course, all the way through to fitness. So they say to choose a niche, and my niche will be choosing all the things that I want to talk about. They also say to pick a first guest that is an easy guest, someone you've talked to 1,000 times who isn't going to be a challenging person to interview. So my first guest is going to be someone that I have co-hosted or collabed with on no fewer than 400 calls or conference calls or Zooms. And if there's anyone that I could hit record and talk to for forever, it would be this person. And I think you're going to get great value out of our first episode, our first conversation. If you have a guess of who it is, comment who you think that first guest is going to be. And if you guess right, we'll send you some merch and a virtual high five. So that's it. If any of this sounds interesting, subscribe on your preferred podcast platform. We'll see you soon on the Society Pod.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Society Pod.